Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be drinking an entire bottle of water in one sitting, which I am a little bit more nervous to do than not, in all honesty, as I'm thinking that this is going to be a little bit harder of a challenge than not. I'm thinking this challenge might even be very hard, because when I say that I'm going to be drinking this entire bottle of water in one sitting, I mean it. Once I crack this bottle of water open, I am not going to allow myself to stand up until I'm done with it. And I personally like to get up and stretch my legs every once in a while. And so I'm thinking that this might be a little bit harder than not. Trying to restrain myself from standing up and stretching my legs might be a little bit of a harder thing to do than not, in all honesty. So I'm not sure how this challenge is going to go, but I'm looking forward to finding out, and I'm looking forward to seeing whether I can actually successfully achieve this challenge or fail it. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to finding out, that is for sure. The stakes are high, to say the least. But why am I making this video today? Why do I want to drink an entire bottle of water in one sitting? Well, there are two main reasons. And the first reason is simply because it's a little bit warmer than not outside today. It's currently about 85, 86 degrees in the shade where I'm sitting right now, and it's like 90 degrees in the sun, or at least it feels like 90 degrees. Let me tell y'all what, it's a little bit warmer than not out here today. And there's nothing more refreshing on a warm day than a nice, crisp, cold bottle of water. And this is a nice, crisp, cold bottle of water, if I do say so myself. That's reason number one why I want to make this video today. Reason number two is just simply because I want to stay healthy, frankly put. I enjoy smoking cigarettes a little bit more so than not, in all honesty, but cigarettes, they're not exactly very healthy, now are they? And so as such, I'm thinking that if I drink an entire bottle of water, it might counteract some of the negative effects I get from cigarettes, because drinking water is a really healthy thing to do. Now, isn't it? Well, that's my personal thought process, at least, and so as such, that is another reason why I'm making this video today. And to summarize both of those reasons, it's just simply because I think a bottle of water is going to be really refreshing on a warm day like today, and it's because I want to stay healthy and I want to counteract some of the effects from cigarettes by becoming more healthy by drinking water. I do suppose that's really the right way of putting it. But what is the bottle of water that I'm going to be drinking the entirety of in one sitting today? Well, I have a 700 milliliter bottle of Deer Park spring water. And while I'm not the biggest fan of Deer Park, I will admit it's not bad water by any means, in my personal opinion, and it certainly is miles above Dasani and Aquafina. I hate Dasani and Aquafina, and while Deer Park is not my favorite water by any means, it's still a lot better than those two previously mentioned waters, because those, they ain't even water, in all honesty. They're just processed liquid, frankly put. This, though, apparently, it's 100% natural spring water, which is exactly what I want. Although, wait a minute, I just realized. Oh wait, I just got confused real quick, because I thought there was an asterisk on the end of the 100% natural spring water, and then I saw the asterisk right here, and it said excludes label and cap, and it says 100% recycled. No, that's where the asterisk is, excludes label and cap. Too funny. I got a little bit confused there for a minute. I was like, they're including the label and cap as spring water? The bottle itself is spring water as well? I was like, that's wild. No, that's not where the asterisk was. But I do suppose, now that I've introduced you guys to the water I'm going to be drinking today, and now that I have talked about the reasons why I'm making this video today, I do suppose there's really only one more thing left for me to do. And that's to stand up before I go ahead and try to drink an entire bottle of water in one sitting, because I'm going to be sitting for the next little while. So I need to make sure I stretch my legs while I can. So I'm going to go and stand up real quick. Let's just go and stand up. Make sure I'm feeling all good and everything like that kind of thing. Do some stretches. Feeling a lot better. Kind of getting up, doing some stretches. Crack my fingers just a little bit kind of thing. Got to make sure I'm ready for this challenge. Got to make sure. All right, y'all. I think I'm all good. I think I'm all good. Whew. All right. A little bit nervous. I think I got this, though. Without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this open. And let's go ahead and start drinking the entirety of a bottle of water in just one sitting. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this all opened up. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? And now, let's go and take a sip. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? As a whole, right off the bat, whew, that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff right off the bat. I'm already feeling more refreshed, frankly put. I'm already feeling more refreshed. That cold water on this warm day, it is just so dang nice, if I do say so myself. I will admit, the bottle as well has very nice ergonomics, like holding it when you're trying to drink and everything like that, especially with the nipple cap and whatnot kind of thing. I mean, like, it's got pretty good ergonomics kind of thing. They definitely put some thought into this water bottle, frankly, but I might not be like the biggest fan of the label design and whatnot. It's just very basic, and I really feel like they could have done better. It's certainly not very distinguishable on the shelf as a Deer Park bottle of water. It doesn't really look like a Deer Park bottle of water that I remember, at least, although I very well could be wrong. But I gotta admit, the bottle itself feels really good in hand. The nipple tip works really well as well. I gotta admit, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Let's see if it's actually, it is leak resistant. It is leak resistant. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the Deer Park natural spring water definitely has a different taste than I'm used to from water. About 99% of the time these days, whenever I drink water, I'm drinking tap water. I've got a bottle of tap water with me today, and my Nalgene water bottle as well, just in case I want some more water after this video. And I drank some water from that water bottle before this video as well to make sure my throat was all good and whatnot. But most of the time these days, I drink tap water, in all honesty. And tap water definitely has a very nice taste in my personal opinion. I think tap water tastes fantastic. But, at least the tap water in my area does. I've had bad tap water. But this stuff definitely has a little bit of a different mouthfeel, and it definitely has a little bit of a different taste as well. I don't want to say it tastes more natural per se. Maybe it's the coldness really kind of getting to me, in all honesty, because this is not cold water. This is warm water right here, or warm water. It's more like room temperature water, in all honesty. But I'm not sure. There's some different taste going on with the Deer Park water that I'm trying to figure out how to describe and distinguish as of this moment in time. Tastes good, doesn't taste bad by any means. It's not a sort of plasticky taste from the water bottle, which is kind of one of my worries with like recycled bottles. Apparently this bottle is 100% recycled, and one of my worries with 100% recycled bottles is that the plastic might kind of leak into the bottle just a little bit kind of thing and kind of mess with the taste of the water. I'm not really feeling like I'm experiencing any of that today, although I will admit this does not taste as good as water in like a can or in glass bottles or something like that kind of thing, but it still tastes pretty dang good, especially since it came out of a 100% recycled bottle as well. But there's some different taste going on in there. I'm gonna see if I can try to distinguish it. It's a method to try to really get the taste of the water, kind of just gurgling it. It really helps with trying to figure out what the actual taste is. It's like retrohaling tobacco, but for water. Huh. Interesting. It's not like tap water. It definitely tastes far better than like Aquafina or Dasani in my personal opinion. Aquafina and Dasani in my personal opinion taste like hell. They taste like chemicals. That's my personal take. At least I do not like Dasani. I do not like Aquafina. They are two of the worst water brands on the market. I absolutely despise them, frankly put. This definitely, though, in comparison to those especially, has a more natural taste. And I actually want to say, in comparison to the tap water I normally drink, I want to say this is a more natural taste as well. The tap water I normally drink, it just tastes normal to me because it's what I always drink, frankly put. But with this in comparison, I do feel like there might be a little bit of a sort of different taste to the tap water I normally drink. Sort of a, not chemical taste, but sort of a very slight metal tinge to it. Excuse me, a very slight metal tinge. I feel like is really the right way of describing it. This water, on the other hand, I'm not really getting any sort of metal tinge or anything like that kind of thing, I don't feel like. And the mouthfeel as well is very smooth. Very, very, very smooth mouthfeel. It's a very clean tasting water. Very clean tasting. It's not the cleanest tasting water I've ever had. I've certainly had cleaner tasting. But it's definitely much more clean tasting than like say, an electrolyte water. Now, don't get me wrong, I've got no beef with electrolyte water. The whole point of electrolyte water is that it's got electrolytes in it after all. But you can definitely taste them. They have a dramatic effect and a negative effect a lot of times, in my personal opinion, on the taste of the water itself. And with this water, you don't get any of it. It's just a very clean, natural tasting water, frankly put, that tastes even cleaner and more natural tasting than tap water. Which makes sense because tap water in my local area does indeed have fluoride in it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, very clean, natural tasting water. Not quite the cleanest natural tasting water I've ever had. I've definitely had cleaner tasting water, I do feel like, and like Fiji water. I'd have to say that's a little bit maybe more clean tasting, but you know, this is like 90% of the way there, frankly put. This is like 90% of the way there for a lot less money. Like Fiji water in my area is like $3.19 starting. This bottle on the other hand cost me $1.89. I mean, like, which it's still water, so that's expensive kind of thing. But it was cheaper than Dasani and Aquafina, so I can't complain. We're not even halfway through this bottle, though. Wow. Yeah, this is taking me a minute. But I will admit, just sitting here outside right now, having a nice refreshing bottle of water, just sitting in nature, it's really nice. It really is just so dang nice. It really is, frankly put. I'm feeling very refreshed right now. I'm feeling very wide awake right now. I'm feeling very good right now. Staying hydrated really does wonders, frankly put. It really does do wonders. And I think I'm going to go and try to grab myself a little bit of a screenshot real quick. Grabbed a screenshot before this video, but I could always go for another. Hopefully that will do for a screenshot. I'm not sure, in all honesty. Had to put on the YouTube face just a little bit for the thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? Had to do it. But I'm still trying to think of a good way to describe the taste of Deer Park natural spring water. Still trying to think of a good way to describe the taste, and I think I'm gonna take one more sip. Yeah, I think I've got a good way of describing the taste. But the taste is definitely affected by just the very smooth mouthfeel of the water. That's where some of the taste really is coming from. It's a very clean taste, a very natural taste, a very smooth taste. And part of that is just simply due to the very smooth mouthfeel. It's got a very silky smooth mouthfeel, unlike some other waters out there, like let's say Dasani or Aquafina or some electrolyte waters and stuff like that kind of thing. Very, very, very smooth mouthfeel, not rough at all. Not a rough mouthfeel, very smooth mouthfeel. And due to that very smooth, almost silky smooth mouthfeel, you get a very clean, smooth, sort of creamy, sort of just very natural water taste. It's just really good. It's just really good. It's a really clean, smooth, natural taste as a whole from this bottle of water right here. And I am honestly legitimately impressed that I'm not noticing any sort of a plastic taste or any other taste like that kind of thing from the bottle itself. I'm very happy that I'm not noticing any of that taste. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that there is, I hate to say, I do think there is the slightest bit of an off taste somewhere in there. I cannot pinpoint it, but I do feel like there is the slightest bit of an off taste somewhere in there that I feel like might be coming from the bottle, but it's not distinguishable, and that's why I've been saying I can't really notice it, because I haven't really been able to notice it, and frankly put, it's just not distinguishable enough. But I do feel like I actually do feel like the plastic bottle does have a very slight effect on the taste. It's very minor, it's almost unnoticeable in all honesty, but I do feel like it's there, and I do feel like this water would be better if it was either in a can or if it was in a glass bottle. I think it would be best out of glass, frankly put. I really do think it would be best out of glass. When you drink water out of glass, it just hits so different. Water out of a can is pretty good as well, don't get me wrong, but water out of a glass is just absolutely amazing. There is no other taste in there at all. Glass is so good, and I don't know why places don't use glass for water bottles anymore or stuff like that kind of thing. I'm like, I guess I understand why, because it breaks really easily, but glass is like one of the most recyclable substances on earth. It's literally infinitely recyclable, unlike plastic, which is not infinitely recyclable and also costs way more to recycle as well. Places need to start using more glass. Also a big fan of canned water as well. Canned water is pretty good. Boxed water, very mid, frankly put. But canned water, glass bottle water, pretty good stuff. Oh, wow. That little bit of a chug sesh right there. Just had to chain a couple chugs. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. That was pretty good, frankly put. Very enjoyable. Whew. I know the point of today's video is one of the points of today's video is to kind of try to counteract the negative effects of smoking. I'm kind of wanting one right. I'm kind of wanting one right now, though. I am kind of wanting one right now, frankly put. Yeah. It's a beautiful day out here today, though. Now that I've got some cold water in my system, I'm honestly cooling down quite a bit. Feeling much more refreshed than I was feeling at the very beginning of this video. Feel very wide awake. The water's definitely been doing a good job of waking me up, in all honesty. Staying hydrated definitely does do a good job of waking you up. And now that I've got some cold water in my system, feeling much colder. The day does not seem to be as hot as it once was anymore. It's really nice. It's really nice, frankly put. This has been a great experience. Yeah. And honestly, I was thinking this challenge might be a little bit harder than not, just because I like to stand up and stuff like that kind of thing. But no, actually, this hasn't been too bad at all. It really hasn't. I'm almost done with a bottle of water. I think I'm going to achieve this challenge with no issues. It's taken me a little bit. We are about 15 minutes in the challenge after all. I think I got this cracked open about 5 minutes in the video, so I've been drinking water for about 15 minutes so far, so this is taking me a little bit longer than not, but it's better to take your time when drinking water than to rush it. After all, drinking water too fast is unhealthy. It is an unhealthy thing to do, I hate to say. Even though drinking water is healthy, drinking too much water is unhealthy. I hate to say that, yeah. The more I think about it, though, the more I want a smoke. I'm tempted. But at the same time, I feel like I shouldn't. Should I have self-control? thinking? Need some water to clear my head real quick. I'm gonna have self-control today. I'm gonna have self-control. We ball. Whoa, 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 whoa. A wasp literally just came over here and flew. Like, I don't know if y'all saw the wasp, but it was like kind of coming over here, and it flew next to my phone. If it came at me, I would have had to get up and I would have failed the challenge. We're almost through the challenge. We're almost done with this bottle of water. And the wasp wants to come over here and start messing with me, trying to mess up my challenge. At the very last minute. That's not chill. That is not chill at all. I don't like that. I don't like wasps. Wasps are not it. Besides mosquitoes and the wind, wasps are my biggest op, frankly, but I hate wasps. Well, I don't think we have too much more of my water bottle left, though. So I think I'm going to go ahead and finish off this bottle of water right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what my final thoughts were on this experience. Let you guys know whether I actually successfully achieved this challenge or not. And I'm going to let y'all know whether I do this again. But first off, I do suppose I should probably finish off this bottle of water and finish off this challenge and see if I actually can successfully achieve the drinking an entire bottle of water in one sitting challenge. Which is a harder challenge than not, if I do say so myself. Without further ado, I just realized. I'm really glad I had self-control. Because some may argue that having a cigarette during this challenge might help me want to drink more water. Oh, wait a minute. And I could be accused of cheating. Because cigarettes, sometimes, they dry out your throat. Sometimes when I smoke a cigarette, I want some water afterward, just because my throat got a little bit dry. And so people could say, oh my God, I'm so glad I had self-control and I did not have a cigarette. Oh my goodness. Wow. I might have had to declare this challenge invalid if... Wow. I just now realized that. Well, I'm glad I decided not to have a smoke. As said, sometimes cigarettes can kind of make your throat a little bit dry, so you want some water, but because I'm not naturally wanting water, because I'm affecting what my body wants with an external resource kind of thing, besides the weather and whatnot, I think it could be argued that I cheated. I think it could be argued that I would have cheated in this challenge. I am so glad I had self-control. Wow. Don't want to be accused of cheating during this challenge. I want to achieve this challenge of my own merit and have my record stick. Without further ado, let's go and finish off this bottle of water right here. And let's go ahead and finish off this challenge and successfully accomplish the drinking an entire bottle of water in one sitting challenge, which is a little bit of a harder challenge than not. Without further ado, let's go ahead and drink the rest of this bottle. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? And definitely as we got lower in the bottle, I can definitely say there was a little bit more of an off taste. When I was kind of in the middle of the bottle, I really didn't notice anything. It was very, I felt like I noticed something, but it wasn't really super distinguishable. But as we got towards the bottom of the bottle, I can definitely say there was a little bit of a plastic taste in there. So while this does have a very clean taste for a water from a plastic water bottle, it's not the cleanest taste by any means. It would be a much cleaner taste if it was in a glass bottle or if it was in a can or something like that kind of thing. But nonetheless, still a little bit cleaner of a taste than not. But sadly, there was a little bit of a plasticky taste towards the very end, but yet that very natural water taste with the very smooth, creamy, silky mouthfeel still very much shone through to a significant degree. There was just a little bit of a plasticky taste at the very bottom, I hate to say. Let's go ahead and just make sure I'm actually all done. All right, or just a couple little droplets. Let's go and put that on my cooler I've got next to me. And now let's go ahead and talk about how this challenge went. So, how did this challenge go? Was it really all that hard? You know, not standing up and walking around, I mean, like, that was a little bit more difficult than not, I will admit. But, you know, as a whole, this challenge really hasn't been too bad. I was thinking it wasn't going to be super easy, and, you know, it wasn't the easiest challenge in the world, but it wasn't terrible either. It wasn't particularly hard. It was definitely easier than I thought it was going to be, frankly put. Would I do this challenge again? Would I try to drink an entire bottle of water in one sitting again? Yeah, I've got no issue with that at all, in all honesty. This is a much more interesting challenge not to do, very enjoyable to do. And I don't think I would mind doing this again, frankly, but I really do not think I would mind doing this again. And it was a good time. I feel very good right now. The challenge made me feel really good. I'm feeling very hydrated right now. I'm feeling very refreshed, very kind of cooled down by the water. I'm feeling very calm right now. Feeling very good. Feeling very good. This is a very fun challenge. Definitely staying hydrated is a good thing. And I'm feeling really good right now, in all honesty. And I can't complain. I can't complain, frankly put. Good times. Good times. Drinking an entire bottle of water in one sitting. I'd do this again. I'd do this again, in all honesty. Well, I think that's all I had to say. As a whole, I'd have to say I had a pretty good experience. I'd do this experience again. And I'd have to say the Deer Park bottle of water I had in today's video was pretty good as a whole. That was pretty solid, frankly put. There were some minor things that I didn't like about it, such as the plastic taste at the very bottom. But, you know, as a whole, it's a better bottle of water than not. Not the best, but still much better than not, and definitely worth the $1.89 I paid. Well, I think that's all I had to say for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all's thoughts are on this challenge. Could y'all accomplish this challenge? Could y'all do this? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know in the comments down below if you guys think that I countered out some of the negative health effects from smoking cigarettes by doing this challenge today. I definitely do think that this challenge has counteracted some of those negative effects, that is for sure. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, I think that's all I had to say, yeah. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to, well, like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. Box, and my second channel, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. But, you know, thank you so much for watching, y'all. Till the next one, stay safe in peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?